And stop. Oh, we're live. Perfect. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. I am here joined today by the lovely Laura Taylor and Michelle Brand. We are collectively Helen Pritchard Associates, the Helen Pritchard team. We're the senior team, and then we also have a team of amazing VAs that work within the business as well to do done for you LinkedIn marketing. So LinkedIn account management, how to get leads from LinkedIn, using LinkedIn effectively to generate leads for your business, all of that stuff, the stuff that I'm probably most famous for teaching. Now we have the agency, the HPA agency, which does it for you. So the agency is for you if you know how to use LinkedIn to get leads and you know my methods, because we only do use my methods. We don't use any others. We don't do any spammy stuff. We don't do any DMing. We don't do any like writing loads of personalized connection requests. So it's using my methods specifically. All our VAs are licensed to use them. And if you just want to be like, you know what, guys, you manage it. Now we've had massive success over the summer. We had a summer program that we ran, which worked really, really well, where people handed over their accounts for 6 weeks over the summer. And we are back with a back to school package, which is the same deal, 6 weeks. Yes, girls, 6 weeks, £1,500. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
£1,500. And we look after your LinkedIn for the next 6 weeks to allow you to focus on other areas of your business, other areas of your life, whatever's going on. Back to school is super stressful, right, for a lot of people as well. And it's a time when things can go really crazy in your business. So if you do find yourself operationally doing too much and you're losing a bit of the ability to do your marketing effectively, we can help you with the LinkedIn piece of the puzzle for sure. So just a bit of backstory as to why the three of us, so Michelle and Laura, both came into my world within the last 12 to 18 months, I think, and massively stood out as VAs who were using LinkedIn to generate leads for their own businesses. And I know that Laura particularly was doing it as a done-for-you service for clients as well, using LinkedIn. Using my methods on LinkedIn. So what we decided to do was we wanted to license VAs to go and do it. Obviously, someone has to manage that process. And when I was thinking, who do I want to bring on board into this team to run the agency with me, Michelle really stood out to me because she was just so good at adopting the methods and implementing it and getting the results. And Laura, absolutely the same. And I knew that if they were doing it in their own businesses for other clients, then if we could teach other VAs on how to do it and do it for clients, then it would be a match made in heaven. I also want to go into business with VAs because they're the most organized people you can ever meet. And if you do say, then you should almost recruit to your weaknesses. Then when I was looking for business partners for this agency, it was a no-brainer to look for these girls who are the most organized and efficient people on the planet and have real lived experience in doing this stuff. So we're just going to hang out for the next 20 minutes or so. I can see I can see Mark's here. Hi, Mark. We should be going live on multiple platforms, but particularly on LinkedIn. So if you've got any questions, if you post them in the comments, we will answer them as we go. I think for me, I'd like to hear your stories. So, Laura, if you want to go first. Hi, Jennifer. I've not seen you for ages. Laura, if you want to go first, just talk about a little bit of your experience of the last few months and starting the agency and growing it and how clients are finding it, and also particularly because you manage the VA side of the business, how the VAs are managing, enjoying being part of a bigger community rather than being out there on their own doing it.
So hi everyone, I'm Laura Taylor, and so I came into Helen's World last year. Knew I wanted to set up my VA business. I had no clue to how to market myself. Ended up doing her 5-day challenge, but her mastermind was implementing the methods. I was really successful. I kind of got to a ceiling point where I couldn't sell any more hours. And so I did a hot seat with Helen back in April, I think it was. And I was like, what do I do now? I think I'm ready for an agency model. And actually Michelle was on that call as well, and Helen kind of went away, and then she came back with a proposal for us, and HPA was born. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind because obviously I had my little clients and my world, and that was going okay, and I was still kind of onboarding people, and then changed some of my clients around and stuff. So it's been a huge learning process, but it's been really exciting. And I mean, I know quite a lot of the VAs because I'm in the VA community online, and so we've brought a few VAs in the mastermind. So they're using the methods, and it really, really does work. You know, and our clients have just absolutely delighted because they just know that the stuff's going out, and anything that they do on LinkedIn is just additional. It's just an extra. We just tell them, go online, go and engage for 15 minutes a day, and everything else is taken care of. If you want to do like an ad hoc post, then go for it. That's the kind of more personal stuff that we can't do. And, you know, we just teach our VAs how to kind of repurpose things, and, you know, encouraging people to actually do videos. I mean, because I think everybody hates videos, don't they? Whereas if you've got a VA breathing down your neck saying, I need 5 more videos, then you go and do 5 more videos. So
yeah, holding clients accountable, very important part of the puzzle, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and you know, we've created a lovely community of VAs. So yesterday we had a guest expert in our VA community. One of my other clients, Lisa Gilby, who's a personal stylist, so she came in to talk about how to dress for camera, and you know, what to wear for your branding shoot, and how to, you know, now we've been in a pandemic and you come out, it's like, what do I wear now? What do I look like now? You know, corporate Laura kind of went in the bin, and, you know, I've had great feedback overnight from them. So they're all quite interested in being styled by Lisa. So it's just things like that, you know, as business owners, we want them to be really successful in their own VA businesses, but also being a HPA VA. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But,
HPA VA. Yeah, we wanted to feel part of something big, and that was one of the missions that we had at the beginning, right? It's like VAs can feel sort of isolated and lonely out there. It can sometimes feel a bit competitive, and it's really nice to become a licensed HPA VA, because it means that you've got all the support, all the training, all the mentoring that they could have from you guys and from me, and like all those little extra things that we bring to the community. So they're all loving it, right? And they get paid. Yeah. They get paid well, so they're happy. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like one of our VAs, we had a strategy call with them. So as part of being a HPA VA, you get 3 strategy calls a year, and we said to her, up your price. So she upped her price, she downed it, then she upped it. She was a bit freaking out a little bit. And then she secured a new client of 60 hours at her higher price, because we wanted her to do it. So, you know, seeing results like that makes us really, really happy. So, you know, she's stepping out there she's like, I'm new to this. And I'm like, no, you've been running your business for 7 months. You're not new. You know what you're doing. Every day you're learning. And that's what we want to foster here. So, you know, it's great.
So how are the VAs finding doing LinkedIn for people?
They're loving it, I think. You know, I think it takes time to get to know your client and who their ideal clients are. That's probably the hardest part. So whoever comes on board as a client, not to put anyone off, because we want everyone to come and join us, but you need to kind of invest some time in it so that the VA can then get all of your content and stuff and start preparing it for you and know who to add for you, because we add 10 ideal clients every day. And just kind of, you know, like understand their business, what they're doing, what they're promoting, what launches are coming up. So it's kind of investing that time to outsource it, because it is, you can't just go, oh, off you go, because you're just going to be stuck. So you have to invest a bit of time, but then you get the rewards afterwards. So yeah, and even like, you know, some of our clients that just came for 6 weeks, they absolutely love the fact that our VAs put their content into a Trello board and organised it all for them. They were like, that was worth the 1,500 quid alone.
So yeah. You get a lot of support in your marketing as well, because they are experts in helping people market on LinkedIn. So it's kind of it cascades down. You get my marketing strategy, you get, you know, somebody who's super organised, and then the coaching and mentoring from you who's done it a lot, and then it just creates this perfect storm for the clients where it's worth doing the £1,500 just for that alone, probably. So to get it done for you for 6 whole weeks is great. And when they see it how it should be done, if you like, people are like, oh, it's great.
Yeah, and I think, you know, like a lot of the people that I've worked with, you know, when you say like post 4 times a day, and there's a lot of resistance to that, isn't there, as well as the video. But actually, once they, you know, most of our clients do 3 posts a day. Actually, once you start posting 3 times a day, you kind of get over to 10 times a day, and it doesn't feel like a lot, but, you know, to start with, it's like, oh my God, that's a lot of stuff going out. But not everyone sees it. It's just, it goes out there. If people do see 2 posts on the trot, which is very unusual, who cares, you know? So
I think the repurposing side of it just helps to reinforce that you are the expert in your field, and like, you don't just say something once and everybody knows, oh, Michelle's the go-to person for blah blah blah. If you need to keep on reinforcing that message and getting out there, and that's one of the beauties of the service that we provide. You get very clear on your message, and I think with what we found with a lot of the clients is because they need to spend that time and dive into their ICA with the VA, it's an opportunity for them to really go, hang on a minute, has my ICA actually changed? Because when was the last time I did that work? And what we're finding is they're becoming much clearer in their messaging when they're going through this process. And also, Laura and I take a lot of time over matching the VAs to the client. So it's not just a case that we just go, all right, you're next to get a client. We look at the personalities. We know our VAs really, really well. And we meet with all of our clients on Zoom, the two of us, so that we get a feel for them. And then we match them, because that relationship is critically important. And that's what's going to make or break the whole service. So far, we've 10 out of 10 on that one. We've done really well.
It's like matchmaking, right? So, Michelle, do you want to tell your story just while I'm still coughing? So,
you're choking in the background.
And your experience of running on the client side of things.
So similar to Laura, I came into Helen's World. I actually did the 5-day challenge. So it was last October. So the challenge is ongoing at the moment. So I know the kind of excitement and the fear that's going through all the challenges at the moment as they're finding out what unfolds over the week. So I had no clue at all about LinkedIn and had avoided it like the plague. But as a VA, I knew that that's where my ideal client was, because it's chief execs that I work with. So they're not really hanging out on Instagram or hanging out on Facebook. They're all in LinkedIn, and that was the most sensible place to be. But I had no clue what to actually do and how to use it. So I saw Helen's challenge, signed up for that, absolutely loved the energy, and it just made sense. It was simple. I hate when people try and overly complicate something to make it look as if you're given this extra value. So the challenge, it's dead simple. It's hard work. You need to do it. It's not easy. You need to commit. But if you do the work then and you're consistent with it, you will get the results. We can't give you guarantees that you're going to get it in week 1, week 2, week whatever. We have had clients that week 1 have pulled leads into their inbox, and then we've had other clients that it's been 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. So they are coming in. But I went from that to, I was still working in my full-time job, and my target was to leave my job. So between October and December, I was able to build my VA business to a capacity that I was able to leave, but I was just too scared to. So I held fire and hung around until March, and then put my notice in the March and left in the April. And that was me full-time, self-employed. Absolutely love it. Best decision. And then Helen came along, and as Laura said, we joined a call. And shortly after that, obviously we pricked something in Helen's brain. She was like, oh, yep, 2 of them are talking about the same thing. So she came back to us, and HPA was then born. And it's been a bit of a whirlwind for the first couple of months, but we're doing brilliant. We've got clients on the books, we've got VAs on the books. Our clients are getting income, we're helping them with all of that, and the VAs are growing and developing as individuals, as business owners, and we are learning every time we take on a client as well. That's what's really good. Like we still get involved in that initial call with the VAs and with the clients, because we want to make sure that relationship is bedded in and it's good. And every time a client asks a question, we learn something new and it sparks something. So we're constantly learning and taking on board and evolving, and just looking to make things better each time we take on more clients.
Yeah, it's been quite the ride, right? It's been great for me because it's hands off, I'm not going to lie. But so what kind of clients have we got at the moment then? I mean, you don't have to name them, but who have we got? What sort of businesses are we working with at the moment, would you say?
Any business. We've got people working in HR, we've got coaches, we've got stylists, we've got a wonderful wine school.
The wine school.
Who's getting invited to all the HPA parties.
Yeah.
We have all of our VAs bar one are actually in the UK, but one of our VAs over in South Africa. So we're trying to figure out how we can do a team trip, and we'll take the Northern Wine Africa to do our own guided wine tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the array of clients that we've got is just testing what you say in the challenge and in the mastermind. LinkedIn is for any business. It's not just for your old kind of grey stuffy suits. It's for anything at all. Your client is out there. You just need to make sure you know them really well, and you write your profile, which we help you do, in a manner that it speaks to them. And then you just show up for them on a daily basis.
It's nice. It's magic when it starts working there, right? What, are we 3 months in now? Are we 3 months in?
Yeah. 4
months now, yeah. Like, it's starting any business is so exciting. I'm just talking about this stuff. So I've got multiple investments, and it is the beginning, so very exciting, lots happening, and you're in sort of honeymoon period, and then you first get your client, your first payment, your first lead into the business, like as in clients leads, and I celebrate every win. So it has been so fun, like working with you guys. I've really, really, really enjoyed it. Like, what would you say has been fun for you guys, and what's been challenging? Well, not fun. It's all been fun for me. I don't know for you guys. Like, what's it been like from your side of the table?
Yeah,
I think
the bit is, sorry, Laura.
Okay. No, you go first.
So for me, part of it is I'm on a daily basis grateful for the fact that I'm in this with Laura. I know it's the three of us, but you said it's the two of us that are doing the day-to-day. So being a business owner in my own right, and then being in a business where I've got somebody else that I can pick up the phone, message, whatever, and just bounce stuff off of, that is invaluable. And I think because we recognise that, that's where we try and bring that into our VAs as well, because that's the community spirit that we want to share and create. And I think I love when you're speaking with the clients, I just love talking, so that's no real surprise there. And also, I mean, I'm working, I do a lot of the client stuff, I do a lot of the kind of back end stuff, so that just hits my brain. Laura's really creative, but I love working through getting processes and systems up to date. So we naturally have a very
good fit,
and fit as to where our skills both do all of it, but they do lend to a particular area, and the business naturally kind of falls into those two areas, which is even better. We'll give your partnership parents as well as we'll give ourselves 10 out of 10 for the VA.
Yeah, of course. What about you, Laura? What are you loving about it? Anything that's challenging or more challenging than you thought it was going to be?
I mean, I think the biggest thing for me was that, I'd got my business to a capacity, and I was fully booked, and then you came along, and it was like, I can't say no to this. This is an amazing opportunity. So I've had to kind of like onboard and then offboard some clients quite quickly, and that's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster, and a bit kind of stepping into being a managing director rather than just being a VA. So for me, that's been tough, and I'm still learning, and I'm still going on that journey right now. God, I want to be sick. Why am I saying journey?
We're on a journey.
We're all on a journey. I sound like a corporate, like I've just vomited corporate everywhere. But no, and I think, like Michelle said, we've got each other, and we've got you. We sit down and we have a, like a fortnightly meeting with you, and just seeing the genius in your brain. Like, you created a 5-day challenge for us in 5 minutes, and you were like, right, let's go and do it. And, and we're kind of like, oh, I don't like this. It's going too fast. And you're like, why aren't you selling it now? And then we know that you're right every single time. We're like, we shouldn't market it. And we're like, we got a client this week, and you're like, I told you so, go and market it. You haven't got a business, but go and market it anyway. And so, it's just learning from you, and then, pick up the phone to Michelle if I'm feeling a bit down or I'm happy or whatever. It's, it's a friendship there as well as a business partner. I can say, oh, I'm having a problem with this client. What would you do? And she's just my sounding board. So, that's really lovely. So, yeah, and, we get to talk about the clients and the VAs, and, we're like little Cilla Blacks, like matching people. Like, a couple of our clients have said, do you do dating services as well? Because you're so yeah, it's
good. Yeah. It's going well. I'm really pleased with it. And again, you create these things on a whim. Like you said, this is how my brain works. I just thought, oh, that's a really good idea. Let's get some people in to do it. And you two didn't know, you knew each other, but you didn't know each other like you know each other now. And it was like, everything's a gamble, right, in business. So I just thought, yeah, this is going to work. And it's lovely to hear that you've had that experience, and you've got each other for the day to day, and then you've got me whenever you need me, and then having that kind of regular thing. And yes, driving the business forward is kind of my thing of like, anything's possible with this business. Like, we can scale up really quickly. But I wanted to get the first 3 months out of the way, because that's the it's like the chaotic bit. You've got everything's got to catch up, right? So we've got the operations of the business have got to catch up. The mindset of the business owners have got to catch up with what's going on, you know. And once you've got all that in place and we know it works, that's the other thing. You know if it's going to work or not, right? Are people going to buy it? People are going to give us money? Are they going to be happy? Are they going to stay? Are they going to keep giving us money? And now we've kind of ticked all those boxes. It's like, oh, now we can really go for it, because sometimes you really go for something and it can break quite easily if you've not robustly tested. Some might say 3 months is a robust test. In my world, that's a lot.
That's a long time.
I've had to be very patient of like sitting back thinking, let's just let this flow naturally. So we are now ready to start onboarding many more clients. So what we wanted, because we've been pretty low key, we've talked about it and posted. I mean, the first time I posted about it, I think we got 80 leads or something like that. So we do all right for leads posted, but we are going to sort of be a bit more aggressive in our marketing now, because now everybody's got a breath and everyone knows where they're at and all the rest of it. So send us a DM to our
Oh, look at the magic. Love that.
I'm a StreamYard expert now. But, yeah, we are ready to start taking applications again. It is application only, and we've got to make sure everyone's the right fit. That's just the right thing to do. But I only want to work with people we know we can help, and we know the VAs can help. We've got VAs ready and waiting to work with you. We know them all. Well, I don't know them all personally, but these girls know them all personally, intimately. They know who they're going to be a good fit for. They know what they're going to be good to do, and they're ready basically to get started on your accounts. They're all trained. They're ready to go. They understand the methodologies. They're in the community. It's all there, ready to go. So we've got loads of client testimonials. You'll be able to speak to our clients and they'll be able to tell you how it's all gone and that kind of stuff. So if you want to be in the next wave of clients, now the first lot are up and running, onboarded and getting results, then you need to send us a DM. When I say us, you can send me a DM and I will screenshot it and send it to Laura or Michelle. So I don't mind. You can DM me, one of my team will deal with it. Or you can DM one of these two, or you can email us at
support@helenpritchardassociates.com.
Perfect. So you can email us as support. We're not going to take on a ton of clients straight away, but we've definitely got space for a few. So be quick if you want to get your application in. We are still doing the 6-week special for back to school, so we'll be able to talk you through what that looks like. But also we are always open to talk to people who just want to come on board and do the 3 months and see what the results are. So yeah, that was it. Send us a DM to apply, guys. Thank you very much, Michelle, for coming in from the car. I know your daughter in the car going, what on earth are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, thanks for coming live today. If anyone's got any questions, because I can't work the thing on StreamYard, send us a message and we'll help you. But if you go, we'll put the link in and there's just a short form to fill in and then we'll be in touch. Okay. Lovely. Right, guys. I'm going to go. Have a lovely day in the sunshine if you're in the UK.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.